Welcome back to the Faith Lord podcast. Kaylee just made a video about fasting, so I figured I should also make a video about fasting because we're fasting completely different things that are still quite important. So I'm being basic and I'm fasting food. Not that I necessarily struggle with like eating too much, which is what a lot of people kind of do, but I struggle with like convenience of food, if that makes sense. Like not necessarily eating healthy, not taking the time. So when we talk about fasting, we're talking about like giving, like not doing these things so you have more time to do like other things. And I kind of like, this like works perfectly for me because when normally I eat like very little but like very unhealthy, or like I buy stuff like a lot. So this was kind of like an inconvenience for me. Like when I'm at work, I can't eat now. Like when I'm doing this, I can't eat when I want to. And that's kind of like the struggle, is that I'm not eating until 8 p.m. and I have one meal a day. And the problem like with the reason I did it that way is because I don't want to be like doing it for my own like want. Like I don't want to be trying to lose weight. I don't want to be trying to like necessarily like eat healthier. I don't want that to be the reason why I'm doing it, if that makes sense. So I decided eating after 8 because normally I don't eat after 8. And like that was like hard. So like now if I'm working at Texas Roadhouse, I like have the urge to always eat the rolls, and I'm like, well, I can't take them home. Like if this happened the other day, Marley went to go get Popeyes and I was like, you should give me something. And then I was like, wait, no, like this, like I'm pushing myself to not eat when I want to, and to really like kind of thank God for like the little things. Like I feel like everyone kind of overlooks food as like, oh, we need it to live, so like he's not gonna take it away from us. But I feel like it's important that we kind of give that up. Like we think it's a need, but like it's truly not. And I'm drinking liquids throughout the day. Like I'm protein, vitamin water, and like just things to like keep me going, because I don't want to like physically be unwell from this. I don't want this to I really don't want it to be like about losing weight or like eating healthier in that way, if that makes sense. I said that already, but that's just like, that's my main reason I wanted to still eat, but like when it's inconvenient for me. And I think, and like during school, this is hard because I feel like people think that I'm just, like a lot of my friends probably think that I'm just like, during lunch I don't eat, and they're like, wow, you probably like, oh, she's just starving herself so she gets skinnier. But no, that's not the case. I did this before when I fasted, I think sophomore year of food I tried doing a month, and I failed completely because the fact that people like noticed, like it was embarrassing to me. I was like, I didn't want to tell people, and they're like, why aren't you eating? And I'd be like, oh, I'm fasting. And then I'd have to explain it, and they'd be like, well, that doesn't make sense. And then I have to go in deeper, and then I was just like, it's not even worth it. Like I'm just so embarrassed to do it. But like now I'm kind of more spiritually mature, and I understand that like explaining the reasoning for fasting to people is very important, and some people don't quite understand why, but it's just kind of, you need to communicate with them. But now at school, I do a devotional every, like during lunch, and I like at least say a prayer before I start talking to people, so that like, not that I get out of the way, but like that I don't make an excuse as to why I don't do it, because that's also another thing. Like I wouldn't eat at night, and that's when I would like read my Bible if I had time. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people say that you should read your Bible in the morning, so it's like what you start your day off with. And realistically, I never did that because I didn't want to have to wake up earlier. And I just was like, I'll do it at night. But eventually, when you go through a long day and you're tired, like it doesn't become a habit to do it, because you're just like, I'll just do double tomorrow, and then I don't do double like the next day. So just really like focusing in on like why it's so important to read the Bible. I feel like that's what this is helping me to do. Like, not that it's necessarily clearing out time for me to do so, but it's kind of making me realize that like I need to make time to do it. And not eating in the morning helps me, because normally I eat breakfast and all that stuff, but now I really read my word and focus in on that. I'm waking up super early now because I'm going to the gym in the morning with my friends. I'm really trying to like dive in and not like waste my day, because I feel like I put so many things in front of it because I like being busy. I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. I like being busy. I enjoy being busy. So when I keep saying I'm sorry if this is like a lot of likes and ums, but I'm just trying to make this one clip because I'm trying to go to bed. I fill up my day with work. I obviously have school, and I play basketball. I cheer, so I'm at basketball games. So pretty much like every day I'm either working or I'm at basketball games. So trying to fit in that time was always difficult and like hard. But once I realized that like once you realize that it's not like a chore, it makes it easier, but also the fact that I wouldn't let myself go to sleep until I know that I've at least, like, I have this, like, 1-year Bible thing that my mom got me for Christmas last year, and, I've been trying to, like, keep up with that, so that's what I've been doing every night before bed, so I'm reading, like, 3 to 4 chapters, and I'm really, like, if you were, like, people say to listen, like, to the Bible, but if you're not, like, someone that focuses, because I don't focus when I listen to the Bible. Like, I used to do that when I was going to bed. I was getting ready for bed, and I would just, like, play on my Alexa. What's gonna ring now? It didn't. Okay. And I would not really pay attention. So, like, now, like, I take notes. Like, I'm in Numbers right now, and, like, just taking notes about, like, everything that, like, is important to, like, what is, and really paying attention to what is being said, not just skipping over parts. I highlight a lot of stuff, which, like, I used to never do before. I used to read the Bible and just, like, skim through. But now when you, like, really look into it and you read it, like, this is why fasting is so important to me, because I feel like it's, like, opening a door, and it, like, makes you realize that I'm nothing without God. Like, I think that I can't make time for him, and he'll forgive me, and he will. But once I really, like, split up my day to make sure that he's my first priority, and I feel like with fasting, the fact that I'm not eating is that, like, 3 times a day, like, not that I ate before exactly 3 times in a day, but, like, now I'm, like, reminded, like, sometimes you forget, like, not that I forget that I'm Christian, but, like, sometimes I forget I have these, like, I forget how amazing my God is, and, like, how important it is to, like, follow that, like, when I'm thinking, like, when I think about food, I'm like, oh, I'm really hungry right now, my mind, I'm like, I can't. I'm fasting, and then, like, that makes me think about God, and then I'm like, oh, I should say a prayer, because prayer is so important, and I love praying, but, like, I just genuinely, like, forget about it sometimes. Like, I only think about it when I'm, like, by myself, which is not very much. Like I said, I like being busy. You're not wanting to, like, express to others. It's between you and God, and that's why it's important to, like, fast. You don't have to fast the same thing every time. Like, I fasted social media, I fasted, I pretty much go back between food and social media, but, like, just spending that time, but, like, there's so many things you could fast, like, that, like, almost everything in our life that we, like, think that we're not, like, addicted to, there can be things you're not addicted to, but, like, you would be, like, not nothing without it, but you, like, say, I could stop, but why would I? Like, I can't even think of an example. I'm trying to think of something, like, small that, like, someone would do. Maybe it'll come to me later. So I kind of want to bring it into scripture. So in Joel 2:12 to 14, it says, even now declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting and weeping and mourning. That part I would say, so that's, like, when we say fasting, it's kind of a form of worship, and if you didn't know that. It says, rend your heart and not your garments, return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and abounding in love, and he relents from sending calamity. Who knows, he may turn and relent and leave behind a blessing, grain offerings and drink offerings for the Lord your God. Basically, fasting is, like, a form of giving it all to him, even when it's uncomfortable for you, because I feel like people always want what's comfortable for you, and we have so many blessings that we don't understand, that I feel like in this society we just look at all the bad in the world and are like, well, he did that, he did this wrong, when he did not do anything wrong. God has never failed. He gave us the free will. Don't look at me. Am I missing now? He gave us the free will to do what we want, and humans have messed up the world. It's not him at all. So that's why when people say don't follow the world, follow him, because he made the world, yes, but we made it a bad place to live. We made it with all this anger and relent. Like, it wasn't him that did it. And I feel like that's a really bad problem that we all, like, kind of, sometimes it's hard. Like, sometimes I'd feel like that too. I'm like, well, he did this wrong, like, and this, and then you feel like when you pray, you feel like he didn't answer my prayer, so all this stuff. But it's, like, that's why I feel like it's so hard for people to trust, because they don't know, and having to follow something that you don't know is scary. So basically what I'm trying to say is, I did a lot of yapping, but fasting is basically giving up what you are letting control your life, no matter how big or small it is controlling your life. I want to talk about Kaylee talking about, like, fasting social media. I think it's really cool that she, like, she's noticing a problem with being on social media, and I think everyone really struggles with that. I know I struggled over the summer so bad with TikTok, and I kind of do this now with Instagram. After camp, I deleted TikTok because I was like, I was off TikTok for 2 weeks, and I feel like that's why fasting is also so important, because once you like get in the habit of like, you have this bad habit and you get in the habit of not doing it anymore, it like becomes harder to, it becomes easier to get away from that habit. Like once you're done fasting, you're just like, oh, okay. But so I deleted TikTok after camp because I didn't have it for a while, but now I'm doing the same thing with Instagram. So that's probably something I'm gonna end up doing, is fasting social media, because I think that's a very cool way to do it, because almost everyone is lying if they say that they're not struggling. Like our whole generation is, like she said, it's brain rot. Like we don't know what to do with ourselves. If we have a free moment, we're watching Instagram. Like I feel like I need, or TikTok. Sorry, I love hard mode. I feel like I need time in my day to watch Instagram. Like before, I'm probably gonna watch some reels before I go to bed, and that's not good. Like maybe I should be spending more time in prayer than that, because it's really like we're not getting anything out of it. That's what like makes me mad. Like why do I do this when I know I'm not literally getting anything out of it? It's not doing anything for me. It's literally wasting my day, and it's like messing with my like brain wire. So I think that's really cool that she really cut that off, and I'm proud of her for it, because that's something that it's gonna be hard. Something else that I've been trying to do with like being super busy and this food kind of stuff, I'm kind of trying to push myself even harder, because I before kind of was like, well, I'm so busy, like he'll understand. But now it's more of like, I'm so busy, and that's why I should, because I'm not thinking about him in the busyness when he should be always on my mind. So I feel like it's like an act of like giving up what I feel so like tied to. Like I feel so tied to like always doing something. Like I feel like I can't be sitting around. Like I feel like relaxing is a waste of time, but then I like don't make it a point to read the word that like often, usually. And I feel like I've been at points where I've just like gotten like, oh, okay, I prayed for really quickly and I read a chapter of the Bible, like I'm good. But it's more of like, it's not a checklist. Like that's what I kind of struggle with still, even like now, because now I have this little checklist. Like I have a Bible in a year. Like it's really a checklist for me to just go through and like get what I need done for the day. But like I really need to focus on the fact that it's not something I'm getting done. It's more of a relationship that I'm building and I want to work at, because when you are in a relationship in the world, you want to make so much time for that and spend time with that person. And I feel like I want to make that my priority with God. Like I want that to be the most, like I want to spend time with it all the time. Like a lot of people in our age, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you just like want to always spend time with that person. And like, not that you never really get tired of them, but it's like the honeymoon phase that everyone is in. I want to be in like, not like the honeymoon phase, but I want to feel that way about God all the time, so I can just like, that can be my closest relationship, because I notice that I'm a better version of myself when I'm centered in the word and I'm centered in the plan that he has for me, and I'm not listening to myself. I posted something on my like I had like this little private Snapchat thing yesterday about like wisdom and like kind of giving it all to him, even though like we feel like that's not what wisdom means. I feel like the world has defined words a different way than like the Bible tells us to look at the words. I feel like when you really trust in God and you're, oh my gosh, his hair needs to stay on my shoulder. When you're really trusting in God and you're giving it all to him, it becomes less of trying to beat to the worldly definition and more towards his definition. And I feel like that's what like I mean when I say like you're following your own plan, you need to follow his plan for you. So this is kind of a longer podcast. I did not mean it to, not a longer podcast, but a longer single podcast, and I did not mean it to be that long. And I kind of talk about a lot of stuff other than just fasting. So I'm sorry for that, but I hope this like helped you more understand why we fast and the importance of replacing the thing that you're fasting with God, or making more time for God while you fast. Because prayer is very important, and this is kind of a time to like really open our eyes to it.